Hi guys, it's Brianna Barra, owner of Clear Vision Accounting Solutions, and I just wanted to do a video because I ran across the envelope today and it kind of like got me in all the feels, right? So ran across this envelope, and this was actually the last time I renewed my cosmetology license in the state of Virginia. I always keep this active. This is like my baby. This was my first state that I was actually licensed in. Just a little bit about me. In high school, we had a program called New Horizons at New Horizons Regional Education Center, Hampton, Virginia, and they allowed us to obtain our cosmetology license while we were in high school. So my last 2 years of high school, I went to school half a day, and then the other half I went to New Horizons to complete my hours that I needed for theory and for practical. Took the state boards and was actually licensed before I graduated, about a week before I graduated from high school. Before then, I just always had a thing about, helping others. My uncle, we're 9 years apart, so I used to cornrow his hair. I used to wash it, all different types of things. So I was always interested in, hair as a whole, right? So I went to cosmetology school. After that, they automatically placed us in Supercuts, where we learned how to cut, color, style, wax, different things like that. And, eyebrows and mustache, not wax, but wax facial hair. And, that started right there. I always had, like I said before, interest in the cosmetology field. I just didn't know where it fit in my life because I was going to college. I went to Old Dominion University for accounting and finance because I was always interested in that too. So while I was going to ODU, I continued to perfect my craft. I continued to work in the salon, and after school was done, I had a job lined up, and the military decided it was for the government. I had an internship, led into a job, and the government decided that they were doing budget cuts, so they cut the job. And my dad is retired military, was living in San Diego, California. He said, "Hey, Bree, what are you doing? Let's move out here." So I was like, okay, so I was out there. I don't have a job. What am I supposed to do? Keep applying for jobs? But I always, for some reason, always went back to hair. So I remember deciding, like, okay, at this time, Miranda, you got your accounting degree, you got your finance degree. What do you want to do with your life? You got the skills that you've perfected, and then you got this degree, right? So I remember thinking, like, you know what? I really have the heart to serve people, right? Accountants are so type A. They're very bland, like a lot of them that I worked for and with. So it was kind of like, I'm not sure. Maybe I could do my own thing, right? But sitting there and thinking about doing my own thing really started to scare me. So I'm an overthinker, and I have to have A, B, C, D, right? So if I see an A and a D, I have to know the B and the C before I even start the A, right? And so one of the things about the beauty industry is I feel like a lot of people don't think about their life in the long term. And at that present time, I wasn't able to think about how this career could, positively like affect my life in the long term, because all I saw was the traditional salons. You got the salon, and then you got the booth renters, but the salon, she been having her salon for 15 years, and she's still doing the same thing, not because she wants to, but because she has to. Even with meeting with clients for Clear Vision, the traditional salons don't average as much. They don't bring in as much as if you had like a niche, right? So that's like a new thing, right? So just with, working with clients and just going through life and figuring out what I want to do, my biggest reason for wanting to serve the beauty industry is because I know how it felt to feel like, am I going to be in a rat race all my life? Right? I started this business, I'm serving my clients, but I'm still paycheck to paycheck. Or even if you aren't paycheck to paycheck and you think you're doing well, are you really doing well? If I asked you how much money did you make first quarter, would you be able to tell me how much revenue you generated and what was your profit? You know what I'm saying? Like, when was the last time you raised your prices? Have you been at the same price level for the past 5+ years? I'm sorry not to make this video long, but I just really wanted to go more in detail about why I created Clear Vision. And that was simply because I realized a lot of colleagues that I personally had and myself, it was hard to see life beyond what you are currently doing, which is being behind the chair, right? And I ain't gonna lie, being behind that chair is hard because you're not just a stylist, right? Then you become a therapist. You create deep relationships with these people who come and see you specifically, right? You got to remember their kids' names, their mama, their dad, their cousin, where everybody had going on, just out of, just naturally, you start that conversation. So if you haven't seen them in 6 weeks, right, you got to try to remember, like, hey, I know that you said, little Susie was going to school. Like, what school did she choose? Or, oh, how was your baby doing? Or connecting with them on social media just to keep, long story short, you are way more than a stylist. And it actually, not only does it, it can take a mental toll on you with having to remember all these things and having to just deal with a lot of types of personalities, right? On top of that, it takes such a physical toll with you. I remember having a colleague, having a coworker, and she had to get hip surgery. She was only 42. What does she need hip surgery for? But that's one of the benefits that I really loved working, for like a corporate salon at one point in my life, because they actually had an ergonomics class with us. They told us how we need to be cognizant of how we are styling hair. A lot of the times when you're behind a chair, you're standing up, but you might lean more to the right. And that's what happened to her. Her hips became unlevel because of, of her profession. That's absolutely crazy, right? So I'm just thinking to myself over these years, from 2009 until, when I graduated college, 2013, but I started Clear Vision about a year ago. So just thinking between 2009 and 2020, right? Thinking about what experience have I had, in my accountant career, working at financial institutions as a consumer lending specialist, a mortgage lending specialist, an internal auditor, right? Even the accounting fields that I've worked in, being a general accountant, just all these types of things. How can I put that together and start my own thing to fulfill me? And that's where Clear Vision kind of came into part. I also wanted to serve, beauty professionals, because I just remember honestly having that feeling like, if I start a business, am I going to always be behind a chair? If I got injured, will I just not make money? Like, I remember thinking that, and how long could I sustain that without breaking my body down? Because good Lord, my back still hurt, and I haven't been behind a chair in years. My back still hurt. It's literally like you really have to take care of yourself and of your body, and you can get so easily burnt out, right? But we are in a different day and age. There's social media, there's different ways that you can grow your business, right? So I just came on here to shed some light on, a little bit about me and my background and why I decided to start my tax and accounting firm that specifically caters to beauty professionals, and just to let you know, just to stay encouraged. Just know that where you are now is not where you're going to be in 10 years. It doesn't have to be where you're going to be in 10 years, right? It can very well, you can evolve within 10 years, right? But my biggest thing that I will honestly say, my biggest advice is to seek knowledge for yourself. Don't just go off of what somebody told you, because it seems as if they're having a profitable salon, right? Or a profitable business. Learn the information from yourself, because secondhand knowledge isn't always the most accurate knowledge. Okay, so I definitely want to just encourage you and just say, definitely through this pandemic, I have been seeing the beauty industry show up and show out and evolve, right? The industry is so much different now than when I first entered it over 11 years ago. So I definitely just want to say thank you. If you actually listen to the end, of this video. I definitely want to say just thank you for listening. Continue to look out for my posts. I want to just shed some light on how you as a business owner can grow financially, right? A lot of people always say I make money, but where is the money? Where did it go? Right? So I definitely want to, my purpose is to definitely help you scale your business and just to know your numbers so that you know where you're going, right? How can you know where you're going if you don't even know where you are? That's the biggest thing that I would love to help beauty professionals realize. So again, my name is Brianna, owner of Clear Vision Accounting Solutions, and my goal, my vision is to help service-based beauty professionals scale their business, realize where they are so that they can determine where they're going to go and how to get there efficiently. All right. So again, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.